Hello, everyone, and welcome to Flickering Myth TV. My name is EJ Marino, and joining me is Alan Christian for another episode of our fun show that's never going to have a name. It's just us talking about things.
It's just Flickering Myth.
Yeah, it's
TV.
it's just us taking over the Flickering Myth thing, and everyone having to deal with our rants about fun stuff. Yes. With our last one, we were talking about bad directors. Before that, we talked about Christopher Nolan. This one is a little bit more, we get to see our artistic sides, our creative sides. We are going to be pitching DC shows, essentially. I want to do characters. We have Doom Patrol that's coming back. Batwoman is being recast with a character who has never been in the comics before. Yay, thanks, Greg Berlanti. You're so awesome. Stargirl is getting good reviews, which continues to blow my mind each time I see another review and people are like, it's not bad. I am a big DC fan. Alan is also a big DC fan. I wanted to go and see which characters need their time to shine. With DC and Warner Brothers right now, they're kind of splitting the places DC TV could be. There's actually 3 different ways. We're going to be eliminating one with the DC universe. So now we have HBO Max, which could do a little bit more adult, more mature shows. And then we have the CW, which is the CW shows. And, you know, I don't know if me and you have ever really talked about those CW shows. I was a big fan of Flash when it first came out.
I loved the first season of Flash.
I think even the first 2 are really strong.
I dropped off in the second, not because it was bad, but just for whatever reason, and just didn't come back to it. And I've heard that it goes a little downhill. But
what about Arrow? Did you ever see any of Arrow?
Oh yeah, I loved season 2. Season 1 I thought was didn't quite get the character.
Yeah,
I thought season 2 did more. And I liked season 3, even though a lot of people didn't, with like the Ra's al Ghul stuff.
You know, for them not having the rights to TV Batman at that moment, they did the best they could, which again is probably the root of the problem, is trying to make him Batman.
Yeah, they were just trying to do that too much, but it had some good moments. I thought it was enjoyable TV. And then I think the main reason I probably dropped off of The Flash was because season 2 of The Flash was airing the same time as season 4 of Arrow, and I did not like season 4 of Arrow. So
that is a very common thing I've heard with that show. Yeah, I have a similar thing. I watched Flash maybe all the way up until last season. One TV CW shows, especially 22, 24 episodes, it ain't working. You cannot stretch these paper thin stories that much. I don't watch anime for the whole reason of filler episodes. I don't want it in my live action shows. Oh, rant aside about TV, I'm liking some of the ones are shortening up and all that. What is a character that you think needs the time to shine? I see Mr. Miracle up there, I believe. So will that character pop up in your conversation?
No, because Ava DuVernay, who said that she is making a New Gods movie, is not. She's making a Mr. Miracle movie. So Mr. Miracle, Big Barda, that's fine. Real quick, before we get into new ideas, a Hellblazer, John Constantine, bring that back. The show on NBC was okay. It was well cast.
So good. He's so good in that show.
Yeah, he was very good. It was network television, so there was the burdens of that, but you don't have that burden anymore. Bring that back and bring Swamp Thing back.
Put them together. Huh.
Yeah.
I know, which is something HBO Max is working on, is J.J. Abrams is getting the Dark Universe. I can't believe out of any human being, it was not Guillermo del Toro. It was J.J. Abrams, who I always think of as the Dark Universe guy.
Yeah, I always think of him as the guy that ruins good things.
So I can't wait for that. All these characters, I can't wait to see what he does with Zatanna. Nothing, because look what he did with Rey. Yay! Zatanna's going to be related to Palpatine, I'm sure.
But as for a thing that I would like to see, I don't know if this is something that anyone else would love, but I would like a Dead Man series.
He is a character I love so much. I always see him in the Justice League Dark movies.
Hmm.
He is so funny. Like his
Yeah.
character's interesting. There's a darkness to him. One of the animated movies, I think it's just Justice League Dark. I love when he goes inside Batman and it's like, nope, nope, I
Yeah.
am not doing that. And I just thought it was such a fun use of his character of being like, ooh, even Batman, I'm good. Yeah, I think that's a interesting show. I don't know how I would have 8 episodes of Dead Man.
Yeah, I don't either. Like I don't have
Yeah.
like a plan for that, but I think you can do a lot with that character. I think if you start mining, once you start mining the more offbeat stuff in the Marvel universe, it's not. It kind of becomes more of the same, or just you know, it becomes very Marvel. It's
Yeah.
just there's a doldrums to the outer characters of Marvel. Once you start mining the fringes of DC, it's much weirder.
Oh yeah, Zebra Man.
Yeah,
Like
uh,
stupid stuff.
because I mean, one of my favorite characters, and I think you could easily do just like a absolutely just balls to the wall bonkers show with Plastic Man.
Yes. They don't have Plastic Man, they have an elongated man on or on Flash recently.
Yeah, elongated man is boring Plastic Man.
Yes,
So
yes. No, I would do a Plastic Man Booster Gold show. I think that would be fun, and I think those are characters that like both have a level of camp to them. DC doesn't play up their camp enough. Thank you, Birds of Prey, for actually doing that for once. Which will tie into my big one that I have. I will pitch this in any capacity I will ever do, a Huntress and Question show. I would do it in the vein of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, darker,
Mhm.
more mature, have them do, and I think with what Helena goes through as a character in her childhood, have her go through mafia stuff, have her go through rapist and find these dirty, disgusting people, and the Huntress takes it out and questions just like, all right, I would do it because everything's a conspiracy. I think there could be such good character stuff there, and there would be a lot of fun. I mean, I remember the Justice League Unlimited show, that side episode with those two is one of the best episodes of that whole show because I
Yeah.
got to see the Question in full thing and realize, oh god, the Justice League really does hate Question. I would understand as well because like he is.
I think it was that episode. It might have been another question episode where what was it? Maybe it was. I think it was a different episode because I think it was Power Girl who was just like he said something to her and she's like, "Did you go through my trash?" And he goes, "Don't be ridiculous. I go through everybody's trash."
But yes, even those elements in a TV show, I think the Question has untapped potential. I think
Yes.
visually, after seeing what they did on Watchmen with the guy's cool silver face thing, what they've done with Rorschach, his mask would look so cool
Yeah.
in a cinematic, a TV sense. And Huntress is a great character because she's Batman. Like she has that same similar thing. Those characters work with people. Same thing why Arrow works with people. I think
Mhm.
Huntress could be a lead of a show. And I mean, I love what happened with her in Birds of Prey. I thought she was really fun. Great. Mary Elizabeth Winstead had a ball with her,
Yeah.
changing her up in all the way they did. Hell, even Renee Montoya and that character becomes Question later. I would take that in those movies. I just am curious to see what those kind of things can do. Those darker, like you said, those fringe characters that aren't even weird as Plastic Man, but have those like we don't give them enough attention. Like Question, I don't think he in the scheme of DC has been used enough, especially now that everyone's a goddamn Q weird person on the internet. Everyone would love the Question. Like,
Yeah, I think I like the Question as a character. I'm a big Steve Ditko fan.
mhm.
Um, so I mean, it is a very Steve Ditko-ish character. But an Animal Man adaptation that would only work as a show. I don't think
Yep.
you could get a movie out of it, but I would love to see an Animal Man adaptation and follow the Grant Morrison version of it.
Which is he the New 52 version?
No,
Because
Grant
that's the
Morrison
Animal Man I fell in love with, which I know might not be the
Oh no,
most.
I liked that. That
Okay.
was I can't remember the name of the guy. I know he did like Sweet Tooth and Jeff
That
Lemire.
whole that
Jeff
whole
Lemire
reboot
did a
with
good Green
Swamp Thing
Lantern.
and Animal Man was so good in the New 52. Those
Yeah,
were
I like.
strong stories
Yeah,
there.
you had Snyder and him, and they did the
Yes.
crossover, the Rot World stuff. Yeah, I liked his.
I'm a big Scott Snyder fan, actually. I think I wish we would move. I know he's a comic book guy. Sometimes I'm like, why did we have Jeff Johns before Scott Snyder, who I feel has put also as much work in too? He might not be a TV guy, but
Jeff Johns pushed himself into when they had the big shakeup in the mid-aughts, was able to push himself into one of the top positions, which is hilarious because the three people that got pushed into top positions over there were him, Dan DiDio, and Jim Lee, and they were all hilariously incompetent. But Johns pushed himself into that position. But Snyder, I liked his Batman, I liked his Swamp Thing, and then I didn't like a lot else that he did.
I'm a DC metal fan, so sorry for anyone who.
I read some of that. I was just like, I didn't hate it, but I was just like, what is this?
Oh yeah, that was definitely like, I'm surprised that wasn't invented in 2003 and Korn did the soundtrack for it. Like, it feels so early, and I guess maybe that's my weird nostalgia for that, like, grungy when Evanescence was big days.
Yeah,
I've been rewatching old WWE pay-per-views, and boy, do I forget like Puddle of Mud and stuff were on that soundtracks a lot.
Oh God.
Uh,
I remember when they pretty much like one for one shared tracks with that Punisher soundtrack from 2004.
oh man.
Like, I'm pretty sure the Finger 11 version of the Kane theme was on the Punisher soundtrack.
Not the Kane theme. Oh man, what a good song too. Yeah, I will. We one day we will do a wrestling podcast, and you people are not ready for that. I have opinions no one's ready for. So yeah, to kind of wrap this up, I want to take a big character. We doesn't even have to be in the Trinity, but like a classic DC character that is more movie based, like a Wonder Woman, Superman. Who would you give a solid TV series? Who do you think needs one? Because I have always felt a Superman, Superboy show would be really fun.
Well, they did Superboy. They called it Smallville.
Oh yeah, and there's too much of Smallville for me to ever watch. But how
of it that I enjoyed, and I understand why some people liked it. And I liked what's his name that was Luther, and
Michael something. He's really good.
Yeah, Michael Rosen
or something. Yeah, he's good.
Like that. But I don't know. It was okay. What of the big ones would I give? Like,
even Cyborg or something, because even a Cyborg Flash show would be really fun. Because what they were hinting at in the DC movie, with the Justice League movie, whatever that piece of crap was, there was that little interaction with Cyborg and Flash that I was like, do more. I know like Cyborg's always with Beast Boy and stuff like that, but I wanted to see more of that. So those kind of characters, these big ones that usually wouldn't be, a Wonder Woman show, stuff like that. Who would you do that with? Because I think TV is a much better opportunity for some of these bigger characters.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as like Superman, I think Superman is
been done to hell.
Superman is cinematic enough to where like you should just be doing good movies with him. Though nobody knows how to do that anymore. Nobody really knows how to do good Superman because I don't think anybody's understood Superman in a few decades.
He's an odd character. It's taken me a while to come around to him, so
he's difficult to get. I mean, even his comic runs few and far between as far as writers that really understand how to do something interesting with him. But I don't know. Maybe you could get a good show out of it. I just don't really want to see it. I'd rather them actually focus on making good movies for him. Batman is at home in the cinematic space. There was a point where
Gotham has some good episodes. I wish that show was better. I think Gotham had some pieces there. It was very Tim Burton-y, which is why I liked it, but I think there was pieces there that could have been better.
I'm leaving this show.
Oh.
I hated Gotham. I mean, in fairness, I only watched 9 episodes, and I was like,
No, if it's early ones, it definitely does. I don't want to be one of those people. It gets better. It got better as it went on.
yeah, I figured it could maybe because there was stuff in there that wasn't atrocious, but I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't put myself through any more of this. But I don't know. I mean, I think there could have been a good Wonder Woman show. They tried. They gave it to like David E. Kelly, who is the Ally McBeal guy, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
pretty Big Little Lies was a pretty big show, but again, not the guy I would call for Wonder Woman.
yeah, and like it starred Adrian Palicki, who just like
I remember when that was coming out. I was again, I'm a Wonder Woman fan, so I was excited, but
I wasn't because I didn't think David E. Kelly and Adrian Palicki was particularly a good. Nothing about that sounded interesting to me. I don't know. As far as the really big ones, as far as the characters that you think of that would be in the Justice League, they're not really my bag. Like, I mean, Batman and Superman, obviously, and Wonder Woman for different reasons.
I think a Themyscira show would be better than a Wonder Woman show.
Yeah, but also I kind of just in general, not just in superhero stuff, but just in general in like the wide world of fiction, really kind of hate spin-off shows.
Okay.
Like I wasn't going to watch Agents of Shield. I wouldn't like things that are just like here's a whole show of supplementary materials. Kind of like fuck off. Sorry, you can beep that if you'd like.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. My one, if I'm gonna look, I'm gonna look at it back here where it's at. Catwoman is someone I would love a show with one day. I think Catwoman has potential. There's just a lot. What's her backstory? And we've given Joker a backstory now. We can give Selena Kyle a fleshed out, true origin story, and I think a show could do it. Because I like the girl who they got for Selena on Gotham. I think she looked like baby Michelle Pfeiffer. She had a good vibe to her, and that was the stuff that I was like, ooh, that gave me the idea that I was like, I think Catwoman could have a show. I would age her up, obviously, and do a more, even a young adult, kind of like 18, 20 kind of thing. And I think Catwoman has potential as a big main character that usually gets thrown into movies and stuff like that, that I think could be fleshed out to a fun show.
Yeah, I'd watch a Catwoman show, for sure.
Oh, good. I was kind of worried you'd like Catwoman. At least I didn't throw out like Mr. Freeze.
It does like I don't think a Catwoman show would immediately like just the thought of that doesn't like do a lot for me, but I think that there is a lot of potential in that, and it would depend on who they got to do it.
Ooh, like a dark female director to have done that. That would have been really. There could be a really potential there. That's one that maybe we would see in the big world of DC eventually. That do it again. Eventually, try something that's not the Halle Berry movie for Catwoman. There's something there, people.
Yeah, I mean, she's a good character. You could do something interesting with her. That Catwoman movie is not it.
No, that is one that I will love to talk about you with one day because I have a blasty blast with it. The gay community has adopted that movie. So
basketball court scene makes me feel like I should never be sexually attracted to anything ever again.
That basketball scene is one of the most poorly edited moments of cinema as well. I mean, that movie is just a bad,
most intensely edited. I don't know if there are more cuts in that than there are in most movies.
Right? All right, I think we have tapped out our fun DC ideas. I really enjoyed having this fun conversation with you because again, we both have really odd backstories with DC, but things like Animal Man and stuff like that, we both met in the middle with. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video where we dive in to what we want, to what could be good DC shows because we're not really getting them anymore. Again, I will try Stargirl eventually because
I will too. I hear that. I mean, the first episode or two, I think people have watched and said it's fun, and it seems like it delves into some Justice Society stuff, which is. I was going to suggest amidst this that a Justice Society show would be good, but I
think we're getting it.
Yeah, I heard that that's kind of what that delves into, so I'll check that out.
Yeah. So again, this wasn't me trying to bash DC and the shows, but like I think there's more potential than let's keep redoing the same people or give them, let's do Green Lantern again. No, we can tap in the, like, I like what you said with those B, C list characters. There's a lot there. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into our video talking about all these DC things. Let me know what you want down below. What DC property do you think would make a very good TV show? All right, guys, comment down below. Subscribe to Flickering Myth because we make videos like this every single week. And give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. All right, everyone, let's talk about DC down below.